voice out inside. Everybody get in line. One Saturday morning. What's up, boys and girls? As you can tell, it's Saturday morning. Cartoons, games, and then at 12 o'clock we go outside until the sun goes down. Wait a second, that doesn't happen anymore. We will now take a moment of silence for the loss of Saturday morning cartoons. Alright, that's enough of that. So, boys and girls, for those who don't know, Saturday was 5 hours of summer, once a week, one Saturday morning. 5 hours of summer, once a week, one Saturday morning. 5 hours of summer, once a week. Alright, boys and girls, touch base real quick. Saturday cartoons were a pinnacle life. Go ask any of your older brothers, older sisters, of what Saturday morning cartoons meant to them. Because honestly, without Saturday morning cartoons, we would have gone bonkos. We used to get out of school at 3:30, almost 4 o'clock sometimes by the time you got home. Homework, some video games, then bedtime, guys. Saturday morning cartoons for our generation were a life source. Without it, your older siblings probably would not have made it through their childhoods. So let's talk about it. There are so many. I can't even tell you how many channels had Saturday morning cartoons. But before I even go into that, boys and girls, I want to say this. This generation, the millennials, as you are called, I got nothing against you guys. You just missed out on the 80s and 90s. Some of the greatest cartoons that ever existed. Today's cartoons, not so much. I mean, yes, we got some good cartoon shows later on down the road in the early 2000s, but I think after 2010, it kind of did this lovely roller coaster thing where usually it goes towards the ground, and in this case, it kept going. We had such diversity and so many different types of style of drawing cartoons, it was remarkable. Nowadays, I saw 5 shows on Nickelodeon that looked like they were drawn by the same person. It saddened me. But back to Saturday morning cartoons and how awesome they were! For those that don't know, and maybe you're thinking I'm a crazy old guy. Yes, I'm getting older. I will never tell you my age, but I was born in 19 blah blah blah. Hope you got that. But Saturday morning cartoons started somewhere around 7:30, and from 7:30 to about 12 o'clock. As soon as 12 o'clock, you got dressed for the day, put your bowls of cereal into the sink. You probably had 3 or 4 at this point. You're hyped up on sugar! And you went outside for the next 8 hours and rode your bikes, made forts in the woods, went down to the river and threw water and rocks and sticks. Yes, you can throw water. It's possible. Oh my goodness, Saturday morning cartoons. Without you, I don't think I could have survived. That you were such a pinnacle part of my life because, yet again, in the 90s and 80s, there were so many lessons in the shows. I mean, we had Kids WB, Fox Kids, ABC for kids. Oh my goodness, the list is going up. 4 Kids, UPN 9 for kids, NBC, CBS, Disney Channel for kids. Oh my... Actually, I have so many listed right here. I'm not going to read all. I have 20? Okay, I have 20 of them. Oh boy. But, oh my goodness. Oh, I loved Saturday morning cartoons. To name a few, I mean, hey, for the early 2000 kids, Lilo and Stitch on the Disney Channel. Not Krista. Not Bridget Burr. No Patch Buggy. No Patch Back. I like Fluffy. As you can tell, this juices me. It brings back so many wonderful memories of my younger years. Back when I was a kid in 19... And then for my generation, of course, we had a much better show. You know, well, not better than Stitch, obviously. We grew up watching Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And, well, you know, Elmo eventually got his own part. Right, Elmo? That's right! Elmo loves teaching! La la la, la la la, Elmo's world! That tickles! Oh, man. We grew up with shows like Digimon, Pokemon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Pepper Ann. Oh man, I put way too many on here. Batman, Jackie Chan Adventures, Gargoyles, Street Sharks, Street Fighters, Tattooed Alien Rangers from Mars, X-Men. I put too much on this list. I'm an idiot for doing that. But they really taught us a lot of stuff. I mean, for those that don't have a clue about what I'm talking about, go to Wikipedia. You'll learn what I'm talking about. Now, of course, in the 80s and 90s, there were a lot of shows that copied each other. People like Battletoads, some like Street Sharks, some like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of course, they were all about kids, and creatures that came out of a special ooze or slime. Teenage Mutant Turtles. They were turtles that fought crime, and they were trained by a giant rat who was a ninja. Isn't that, I mean, come on, that's awesome. The Street Sharks, another great show. The Street Sharks were about 4 kids. Well, 2 were brothers, 1 was a friend, and 1 was a co-worker. Man, I watched the show in forever. And basically, they were out fighting crime, and they were mutated due to a crazy scientist experiment into sharks that can go underground. And I'm talking about concrete, stone, water. It was awesome. They were also terrifying. Oh man, so many shows. The Animaniacs. Actually, the Animaniacs might be coming back. There's rumors. Warner Brothers is spilling news. The Animaniacs were about 3 siblings, Wakko, Dot, and Yakko. Wakko, obviously his name, he was completely out of his mind. Yakko could talk your ear off, but it would be a great conversation. And Dot was adorable. I don't care who argues with me. Dot was so cute. And what was her full name? Anna Fochana Bana Momena. Oh, I always screwed up the name. I can't remember her full name.
Princess Angelina Contessa Luisa Francesca Banana Fana Bobesca III. But you can call me Dot.
But it was like, she's like, if you call me Dottie, you die. She's like this big. It's so cute. Now, why the Saturday morning cartoons? Because I'm getting way off topic, guys. Saturday morning cartoons actually went away due to oversaturation. Now, what is oversaturation? People are like, what does it mean? There was just too much of it. There was too much to even keep up. Saturday morning cartoons, every channel from Fox Kids to Kids WB, Disney, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, had the 4 to 5 hour run segment where it allowed them to basically fill a block of stuff maybe from the week or shows that were trying to up and coming, trying to get more media's coverage. Unfortunately, with doing it so much from so many different channels, it just started bleeding together way too much. And what I mean by that is that so many of the shows started overlapping with stories and character development. It all kind of started flowing together. So they eventually became so oversaturated, excuse me, that it just kind of started falling apart. And like they were filled with more wholesome programming, like more educational about outdoors, more of this. Also, a lot of parents were trying to get their kids out on Saturday cartoons. You know, like, it's better for kids to be outside having fun, but we did. Except now with the regulations parents have on their kids nowadays, it's more like go out when the sun is up, then come in and then watch cartoons. So if they could bring them back, it would be Saturday afternoon cartoons. But it's not the same, guys. It's just not the same. Saturday morning cartoons were also a good way to connect with family. Believe it or not, it was one thing that helped my family a lot when I was younger too. All the kids would get the adults up, we'd sit in the living room, mom and dad would probably pass back out again, but we'd have bowls of cereal, and of course the sugary stuff, not the stuff you guys grew up with. I'm talking about cereal that was so sugary it would rot your teeth out of your head. Yes, that cereal used to exist, guys. And we'd watch, as a family, Saturday morning cartoons. Heck, sometimes we would jump into bed with our parents and sit and just watch Saturday morning cartoons. They'd sleep, we'd watch cartoons. Win-win situation. Oh, man. But because of the oversaturation, companies couldn't keep up with the high demand. Think about it. Every Sunday, or every Saturday, they had to have new content, new materials. Back in the 80s and 90s, there weren't a whole lot of reruns. Reruns weren't really a thing until the late 90s, early 2000s. Like, we did have shows from the 70s and 80s trying to poke their head back in, but it was really hard to keep a show going in sequential like that over and over and over again. Even taking times off where they take small month breaks to get everything ready. It was hard, especially when they're also preparing back then. You kids today have everything wired through the internet. To get episodes off a TV show, they had to have a whole team dedicated to making VHSs or laser discs. And what a laser disc is? Imagine a DVD on steroids. They're about yay big and just huge. So it was really hard to have a team dedicated to getting new content, new material, and also working on the VHS releases. So think about that, guys. The reason, not just for saturation, but the fact is that they had teams dedicated to so much over this, over that, doing this, doing that. Eventually, even the teams started like trying to do their own thing and trying to break apart, and eventually it all just, as Pac-Man would say, whoop, whoop. It happens. So, I mean, on that aspect, guys, I want to hear some theories. Do you think I'm right about that one? Because this is more of a revival for my eyes. I want Saturday morning cartoons to come back. It'll bring kids together, families together. Literally, also, you get your friends together on Friday night, go to bed early, and then chill and have sleepovers. Yes, boys had sleepovers too, girls. It wasn't exclusively for you. We would have guy nights out, guy sleepovers, whatever you want to call them, and then next morning watch all the cartoons our hearts could enjoy, and then go out for the rest of the day. There was so much more than Saturday morning cartoons. Like there was a culmination of how all fell together. But I want to go back to some more Saturday morning cartoons, guys and girls. One of my favorite, Captain Planet. Now, for those that don't know Captain Planet was a show about 5 special kids with 5 magic rings. Oh, I have 10. I must be twice as awesome. Each ring controlled an element. Earth, fire, wind, water, and heart. I know that's not an element, but it was another great show, and at every end of every episode, they had a life lesson for you. That's one thing I miss about Saturday morning cartoons. The life lessons. Kids these days, I think, could really use some life lessons. If you know the internet, guys, you see what I'm talking about. Or if you want to pause my video and go look up kids misbehaving, I've seen some things that make my skin crawl. So guys, I think it's time that we should get a petition together. If you agree with me, comment below. We should get Saturday morning cartoons to come home, where they belong. Come back, because you know what? Japan still has Saturday morning cartoons, and they found a way to make it work. So we need to bring it back. And of course, I'm talking a little bit about anime, yes, but Saturday morning cartoons would do a lot of good for so many. So, if you guys think I'm right, coolio. If you think I'm crazy, hey, check out some of my other videos. I get crazier. So, my next episode is going to be episode 7 of Goliath's Rants, Reviews, and Revivals. This is going to be my top 12 theme songs of the 1980s and 1990s. That's going to take some time, so we might be off the air for a little while. So if you guys keep posted, check out our Facebook, our Instagram, our YouTube, and our Twitter. But I promise you, the next episode is going to be a nice, juicy one. So check us out, guys. I'll talk to you later. And if you think maybe there's a topic you want me to talk about, drop us a comment below, and I will try my best to discuss it. If not, well, all I can do is ask for requests. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya!